everybody. Welcome to day 18 of Vlogmas. I'm really sorry about there being no vlog yesterday. I will explain in a minute. But first of all, I hope that you're all okay and I hope you're having a great weekend. It is Sunday today and it's about 9:45 in the morning. It's freezing cold. You knew I was going to say that, didn't you? So I'm really sorry there was no vlog yesterday. I would like to say that the day ran away with me and I just ran out of time, but that wasn't the case. I got stuck underneath the granny cardigan. So by the time I'd finished, I just had no content. So I decided to start joining it on Friday night, and I'd done the first row joining it Friday night, and then yesterday I thought, oh, I'll just join a few squares, but I found it really difficult and I just couldn't leave it because the more that I came away from it, the more confused I got, so I just had to sit and finish it. I'll talk about it more when I do the podcast after Christmas. I'm going to do a podcast the week after Christmas, so I'll go into more detail then. But would you like to see it? It is joined. So I finished it last night. So, are you ready? I cannot tell you how pleased I am with this. So I've just got to tidy it all up and put the ribbon on. And it is done. Honestly, I am beyond pleased with this. It does have a knitted rib, but I'm thinking I may just crochet the rib. Initially, I was adamant I was knitting the rib. But I think I'm going to have more control over it, crocheting it, because I'm more confident with that, so I can get it looking how I want it to look. But yeah, I am just so pleased it does fit. Once I've got it finished, I'll put it on and model it all. But yeah, and that's the back. It's quite heavy as well, it weighs a bit. So yeah, that's what happened yesterday. I was just, honestly, I found it very, very difficult. The diagrams on the pattern, I just couldn't get my head around it and I couldn't work out how it joined because they're all diagonal, you see. Where are we? They're all diagonal, so I just couldn't work out how it was doing it. And I was getting really frustrated, and the more that I tried to come away from it, the more confused I was when I got back to it. So in the end, I just had to sit and just join it. The bottom bit was okay. It's when you got up to here that it got really confusing. But yeah, I will talk about that more in depth on the podcast. But that, honestly, cannot tell you how pleased I am that this is joined. And I am, do you not think the white looks amazing? I'm so pleased I did the white. Sometimes being lazy does pay off. So I'm going to sit and work on that later. I'm going to add the rib later on. But because I was spending so much time on this yesterday, I've not done my advent socks, so I'm playing catch up on those today first. I want to get them up to date because I've kept them up to date all month and I don't want to fall behind those now, so I'm going to sit and play catch up and get those done. But yeah, that's what happened yesterday. I was stuck underneath the cardigan. You should have sent help. I couldn't get my head around it. I can't explain it to you without you having the pattern, but it's kind of, you've got two fronts and the back and it's showing you what to do, but I just, my brain just could not comprehend it at all. But we got there in the end. After many hours, we got there in the end. At one point I said to Danny, I can't work this out, you're gonna have to help me. So we had it laid on the floor. Danny was stood there like that, I don't know. Then we got Josh was coming over and I'm like, he goes, I don't know. And I think the problem was I was trying to work out what it was doing. Once I stopped and just followed what it said, regardless of what I thought it was doing, I was able to do it. But because I was trying to get my head around it, that's the bit where I was struggling, and I should have just followed it blindly. I would have found it much easier. Anyway, it's done. So I'm going to add the ribbon later. Hopefully I can get these socks done this morning. I can sit and add the ribbon, or start the ribbon. It won't get done today. But that's the easy bit. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going to be done in time for Christmas Day, which is what I wanted. I want the socks and this done in time for Christmas Day. Needless to say, the C2C has had no work on it, but that's okay. I can catch up with that. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, I got stuck under a cardigan. Oh my God. I hope you're all okay. It was a really quiet day yesterday. Well, nobody dare speak for a start. I was going, nobody speak! Nobody speak!
Yeah.
Oh, the dog was going crazy?
Yeah, the dog was going crazy all day yesterday. I don't know what was going on with her. You started chocolate gate, Finn.
Where?
You started chocolate gate on here.
What does that mean?
It's actually,
Oh.
you know, when you did your eating the bar of chocolate and you just bit into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was like, no, you can't do that.
You can.
I'm with Finn, gosh you can.
Well, if you separate it, just take us longer. You want to enjoy your chocolate.
There you go.
See, let me paint the picture.
You got to get in the camera.
You have a caramel galaxy, right?
Oh, we're painting pictures. Let me turn
Yeah.
it so you can be in the camera. There you go.
You have a caramel galaxy, and you break it, all the caramel goes out. If you bite it, all the caramel goes in your mouth.
See, method to his madness.
Then you want a tube of Smarties, a packet of crisps. Once you pull the crisps, pull a tube of Smarties in, shake the bag. Trust me.
You get some great tips when you come to my yarny corner, don't you? That is actually really nice. Smarties and crisps are lovely. Right, I'm going to let you all go because I've been waffling for 6 minutes about a cardigan. I'll be back. Hello. Oh, that knife's too big. Let me just get a small knife. Whew. I'm just making... Whoops. I cannot be trusted. Nearly dropped the knife on my head. I'm just chopping some potatoes. We are having shepherd's pie for tea tonight, so I'm just getting the potatoes chopped ready. And then I don't have to do it later when I start the shepherd's pie. I've been asked before what shepherd's pie is. So, for those of you not in the UK, I actually, first of all, I actually make cottage pie. We have cottage pie and shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie is made with ground lamb, and cottage pie is made with ground minced lamb for shepherd's pie, and cottage pie is minced beef. So it's actually cottage pie that I make, not shepherd's pie, but I always call it shepherd's pie. So it's basically minced beef in like a gravy with some vegetables. I normally put peas and carrots into it, but I don't have any carrots, so I don't think I do anyway. Yes, I do. Peas and carrots and a gravy. And then what you do is you cook all that in a pan. You make some mashed potato. Then you put it, I'll show you as I'm doing it, put it in like a roasting dish. And you put the mashed potato on the top and then the cheese on the top of that. And then you put it in the oven until it's all nice and the cheese is crispy and it's beautiful. It's a real comfort food, is shepherd's pie. And it's one of our favourites, so we're having that tonight, which I'm really looking forward to. So I'm caught up with my Advent knitting. I've done the socks, they're all up to date now. The C2C's wildly behind, but that was never going to be finished for Christmas anyway, so I'm not too bothered about that one. The triangulum blanket is way behind, but again, that's going to be a long-term project next year, like C2C. So, shall get these chopped. It's absolutely freezing. I'm really sorry for moaning about the weather continuously. Us Brits do not cope with weather change. If it's too hot or it's too cold, we will moan. I'm really sorry. It's the British thing to do. Every British person does it. So I'm sorry, I know that some of you in other countries have had so much snow, and there's us, I mean, I've not even had any snow. We've had a little flurries here and there, but I'm still moaning. And finished knitting stories. I've watched her every single day. Is it Yana? I'm going to get the name wrong, I'm really sorry. But I watch her Vlogmas every day and she's had some challenges with the snow. And I feel bad moaning about a little bit of cold temperatures. It's only like -2. I think the other day on her channel she was saying it was -17. I was like, oh my God, she's having to dig a path just to get to the log shed. And I'm moaning because it's -2 with not a bit of snow on the ground. So I'm really sorry about that. I just do not cope in extreme heat or extreme cold. Not that it's extreme cold, but you know what I mean. So, lazy Sunday. Just everybody's just doing their own thing today. Stuart is sleeping the day away, bless him. So next week we've got to get all the presents wrapped up. Danny's children are coming on Friday. We've got those till Christmas morning. We've got them till Christmas morning, which will be really exciting. So they're coming on Friday. We're going to go do the big shop on the Friday as well, the Christmas shop. Haven't decided what meat we're having. I always do a gammon. Danny doesn't like gammon, he likes turkey. Now, I did do a turkey last year for Danny, and if you watched last year's Vlogmas, you may remember. So I'd cooked the turkey, but when we cut into it, it was completely red in the middle. So, although it was fresh, I think it had been pre-frozen. It was one of those turkey crowns, so it wasn't even like a big turkey, it was just a turkey crown that should have taken out an hour. And I'd had it in the oven for like 1 hour and 40, because I always cook the meat so much longer than I need to. And it was completely red in the middle, so I think it must have been a pre-frozen, and it was still frozen in the middle of it. So Danny said there's no point again this year, because that just went in the bin, and it wasn't cheap either. I think it was about £8. So he ended up having the gammon last year and actually really liked it. So maybe we'll just do the gammon, because I'll do the gammon on Christmas Eve. I always cook my meat on Christmas Eve, always. So Christmas Day I've just got all the roast potatoes to do in the veg. The problem with cooking the gammon on Christmas Eve is I peck at it all night. I do get a big one, a really big gammon. So that'll go into soak. I'll soak that all through the night, Friday night. And then I'll cook it all Saturday, all day. And then it's all ready for Christmas Day. So, I need a bigger pan. Why have I got such a small pan out? That's silly. Hang on. Transfer that. So, yeah. I'm getting really excited. I really am. I love Christmas. I just love it. I love the build up to Christmas. You get so excited for the big day. I love it when Christmas is here and you're all just enjoying it. I love Christmas night. And then I love Boxing Day. I get all my decorations down on Boxing Day. I know, terrible, terrible, but I do. I like to spend Boxing Day getting all the decorations down and the lounge put back right. And I look forward to that just as much as I look forward to putting all the decorations up, because when you take them all down, it feels like your lounge is clean for the first time in ages, because with all the decorations up, you can't dust properly. And one thing and another. Let me just grab a pan lid. Yeah, so you can't dust properly, and when you take them all down, it just feels all fresh again. I know, terrible taking my decorations down so early, but yeah, I always have done. And then it's getting ready for New Year, and you're seeing in the New Year, and I love the whole thing. And then just after Christmas, we've got Finlay's birthday to look forward to. And yeah, I love it all. I love it all. So I'm getting very excited. I can't believe it's the final week before Christmas. Yeah. So, what am I going to do now? What time is it? It's 1 o'clock. I need to put the shepherd's pie in. I'll probably start that about 4 o'clock. Then that'll get into the oven for like 4:15. It'll be ready about 4:45, 5 o'clock then. Nice time for that to be ready. So yeah, right now, there's not a great deal to do. I could do a hoovering up. I might just do that quickly. Yeah, I'll hoover up. I might weave in some of the ends on that cardigan, actually. I've nearly finished one of the gingerbread socks. I've just got the toe to do, but I might weave in the ends on that cardigan and get that done, because the ends are really bugging me. Ends do bug me if they're sticking out. They really bug me. I have to get them woven in now. So I might go do that before I start tea. Potatoes are done. Best just check. The mixes that I use. We have two. One's cottage pie, one's shepherd's pie. I'll use either. I'm not bothered. I always use beef, but they're what I use. They're really nice. Don't know which one I'll use today. I think I might use that one. Even though I'm doing it with beef and not lamb. I've just had a lovely surprise. Thank you so much. I've just had a Ko-fi donation. Thank you very, very much. So, I bought a pattern with it. And I'm going to save it for my birthday. My birthday's just after Christmas. And I've saw this pattern on Knitting on the Flow podcast. It was during the Vlogmas, and she tested this pattern. And I fell in love with it. And it's been on my wish list. So thank you very much for your Ko-fi donation. I have just bought this pattern. This is the By the Fire Socks by Danielle George. And they're absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to save those for my birthday, and I'm going to have them as my birthday cast on. So thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate that. What a lovely surprise. Everybody, it's now nearly 6 o'clock. We've had tea, which was delicious. I did mean to film what it looked like when it came out of the oven, but I completely forgot. And by the time I'd remembered, everybody had already tucked in, so I'm really sorry. So I've had a productive afternoon. Guess what I finished? I finished the first gingerbread sock. I am so pleased. I wanted these ready for Christmas Eve, and the second sock is up. I've just done the heel. I don't need to show you, believe me. How would I lie? So yeah, the second sock's up to this point. So if I do 20 rows a day, I should get it finished. I really like these, aren't they gorgeous? I love the white on it as well. Really, really pretty. So thank you, Caroline, for that yarn. I absolutely love it. So I did that. Let me pop that sock back in the bag. 1 second, I need to fold it up properly. It is living in my project bag for my friend Sue. I love this bag. Right, pop them back in there. So I've also started the ribbing on the cardigan. Oh my word. Put that down there. This is what I'm going to sit and work on tonight. So where are we? So quick flash again, and as you can see, I've started putting the ribbon. I'm really pleased I've put the crochet ribbon on, to be honest, just because the cardigan is so thick. I think a knitted rib would have flopped around. So obviously with it being a crochet rib, it's much thicker. So I want it about 2.5 inches, so I'm going to make that a bit bigger. I'm going to sit and do some on that tonight and make it bigger, because I do want a really chunky rib. And the same for the front. Oh my god, I just love it. I absolutely love it. Oh my word, I am so pleased with this. Tried it on, it's a lovely fit. I'm not going to give you a modelling picture until it's finished. I definitely will have this finished for Christmas Day. So I'm really proud of my advent knitting this time. What did I do last year? I had a bit of drama last year with advent knitting, didn't I? And I ended up pulling mine out at like day 12 and then starting the C2C. So I'm really, really pleased this time I've managed to keep up. And, oh, do you want to see the socks? Do you want to see the advent socks? I haven't shown you them for a few days, have I? Here we go. They've got bright green heels. Oh my god. Can you imagine me on Christmas Day? So their heels are in. And I'm on the home straight on these. These will be finished Christmas Eve. Oh, it's so long. I think, I mean, measure that top bit there. I think they're like 10 inches. Let me have a quick measure. By the time I'd pratted around doing everything that I wanted to on them, yeah, they came to 10 inches. Really love those. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the advent knitting this time. I had that bit of drama at the beginning, didn't I, when the pattern that I'd planned didn't work out. And I was thinking, oh my god. But do you know what? I'm really pleased with what I've made. Not that I've finished it. It's me acting like it's all finished and it's not. Oh my god, I've just totally tangled all them up. What was I thinking putting them in like that? Yeah, I'm really pleased with how they've all turned out. I'm really pleased with everything I've chosen. I love all the bright colours. I mean, in my socks and this cardigan on Christmas Day, you're not going to miss me, are you? So I am going to sit and relax now. If you can hear Danny or anything in the background, football's on, so I need to try and keep this as quiet as I can. Because I'm aware that football's on in the background, but nobody will turn it down. So I'm going to get off. I hope you've all had a lovely, lovely weekend, and I will see you tomorrow for day 19.